everyone, Corey Campbell here. Happy Wednesday. Today is May 29th. It's the last Wednesday of the month. I hope everybody had a really good long weekend. If you took time off for the weekend and enjoyed that. Today, I really want to talk about a very important topic for me. It's called significance and a matter of perspective in life, right? So what makes you feel significant? Hey, Gabby, good morning. So what makes you feel significant? We're talking about perspective because what makes me feel significant may be totally different than what makes you feel significant or the next person and that. So we're going to get into talking a little bit about that today. And I can't wait to share some ideas with you guys. Morning, Jenny. Actually, it's getting closer to afternoon there for you. So this whole time zone thing came from Florida and, Eastern time zone. I love the Eastern time zone because I feel like I'm on time for everything. And Pacific time, I feel like I'm 3 hours behind. So we're working on that, right? So quick little story before I get into talking about significance is I went to the gym this morning. And you guys who follow me, I go to the gym pretty early in the morning. And I'm usually there about 5, a little, maybe between 4:55 and 5:05. That's my window of opportunity to show up at the gym. I'm usually there for almost an hour. And it's funny because as a physical therapist, I cannot turn this off. So if you are a healthcare provider and you're watching this, you can't turn these things off. Or if you're actually in any kind of business, whatever your specialty is, you can't ever turn that part of your brain off. Like never. So I might appear as a creeper when I'm at the gym because I'll be sitting there during my rest period between my sets and I'm watching other people. Not because I'm just spying on them or creeping, but because I'm watching what they're doing, how they're doing it, how their muscles are working, and I'm actually silently assessing what their physical therapy needs are. Like, I can't turn it off. So there was a guy that was in the gym this morning that, he's doing a lift, and I was like, oh, he's got something going on in his spine there, and I just holding myself back, right? So that's just a funny little story. I can't turn it off. I've actually been, funny story, I was walking into, it was a Panera and walked up, ordered my tea, and there was a guy came in and he's on crutches. And he's like leaning on his crutches and waiting in line to order whatever he was going to order. And I looked at him, I get my tea, I look at him, I said, I can't let this one go. I have to say something. Like I have to. So I walked up to him, I said, look, I know this is totally random and you're going to think this is really weird, but could I take a look at your crutch? And he looked at me, looked down at his crutch, and he's like, okay. And I was like, well, I'm a physical therapist. And he's like, oh, sure. So he hands me the crutch. I make like 3 adjustments on that one, handed it to him. I said, can I see the other one? And he hands that to me and I make the same adjustments and I hand it back to him. I said, so hope you have a good day. And he came up to me later and he's like, this feels so much better. He goes, I was at the doctor's office and, whatever broke his leg. And it's like, they just handed me these crutches. Nobody showed me they didn't check me. They didn't measure me. They didn't show me how to use them. So he asked me, am I using them right? I was like, well, yeah, just don't lean on them like that. So I gave him some tips. So funny story and totally outside of my normal box. Like I'm normally an introvert and normally for me to just walk up and talk to a total stranger is a big deal. So that's kind of been my journey to get to there. So I want to talk more about this significance. So if you have read the book or any of the books, there's multiples, the 5 love languages, comment down below and tell me what your primary, so if you've read the book or you can go online and just Google and say, 5 love languages and there should be a test. Like it's a super simple test, doesn't take long. And it pops out your primary and your secondary. I think the test actually puts up in order like top to bottom for the 5 because there's only 5. Right, so you've got your primary and your secondary, and at different times of your life, go back and take that test again because at different times of your life, your primary and your secondary and maybe your third, they might flop around a little bit. Because I know I've taken it a few times in the past 3 or 4 years, and it's like my primary and secondary just go flip-flop. Right? So it's like a ping pong. And significance is not one of the 5 love languages, but how you personally take on feeling significant and how other people make you feel significant comes from your 5 love languages. And this is just my take. There's no book on this. I'm not taken from, was it Gary Chapman wrote the book on the 5 love languages? I'm not taken from him. So definitely go and read the book. They're awesome. I've read the 5 love languages, the basic version. I've read the 5 love languages for military because I'm a military spouse. We have different challenges. And so I've read both of those. They're great books and I use them for resources. And I take the test multiple times. But my take on it is, one is being in tune with yourself to know what makes you feel significant. And it starts with you. It doesn't start with other people making you feel significant. You have to feel significant yourself within your own soul, right? Again, this is Corey's take on it. You can totally disagree, comment down below and share that with me too. That's okay. Right? But my take on it is that you have to feel significant first. So what are you doing for yourself to make yourself feel loved? Like, eliminate everybody else in the whole world and we'll just say it's just you. Do you love you? Do you love you with all, like, unconditionally? Do you love your dreams? Do you love your passions? Do you love your strengths? Do you love your weaknesses? Do you love all of you unconditionally? Like, would you hang out with yourself? Would you be your own BFF, right? If that's the case, then you've got a huge leap and bound starting point. Because a lot of times it's like we treat ourselves. I see so many people, and I did for years, treat ourselves like our worst, like totally worst enemy, like the scum of the earth, right? We don't feed ourselves well. We don't exercise. We don't, de-stress. We don't drink enough water. Like, we don't treat ourselves well. So start there. And then from there, build on yourself and say, what makes me feel loved? What makes me feel significant? And there's a difference between love and significance, because you can love yourself, you can love someone else, but how you make them feel significant, that's a pretty powerful word, wouldn't you say? It's a pretty powerful word. And how do you make other people feel significant? It has to start with you. So let me go back and say, I'm bouncing back and forth because we're dealing with 2 different people in a hypothetical situation, but start with yourself. So what makes you feel significant? Do you feel significant yourself when you're successful? Maybe you achieve a goal. Maybe you are in the kitchen and you want to put together a brand new recipe and you make it and you eat it and it's awesome. And that makes you feel significant. And that's an example. Maybe you go to the gym and you try something that's totally new, like a new exercise, or you're working with a personal trainer and you achieve something that you've been working for. Does that make you feel significant? Again, these are just ideas. Comment down below and tell me what makes you feel significant. Is it somebody calling you? Is it getting a random text out of the blue from somebody that you feel important in their life? Is it you getting a promotion or a raise or advancing your business? Comment down below and tell me what makes you specifically feel significant. So I want to help connect with you too. And if I don't know what makes you feel significant, it's going to be very, 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 very difficult for me to ever make you feel significant. Get where I'm going? All right, so I'm going to use the example of me and we'll say my spouse. Hypothetical situation. This is not true. So Eric, if you're watching this is totally fake story here. If I know what makes myself feel significant, but I never ever share that with my spouse, then if he never makes me feel significant, it is never his fault. I'm going to say that again. If I never share what makes me feel significant with my spouse, and he never makes me feel significant, then it's not his fault. So I can't blame him. I can't, whatever, hold it against him. I can't, retaliate. All of these potential opportunities that could come out with that, because I failed him. I failed myself and I failed him because I didn't share that. So that's why I want you guys to know what makes you feel significant, right? It makes me feel significant when someone that I'm working with, like a client, they reach out to me, whether it be a phone call, a text, or, they send me an email and they say, Corey, those tips you shared, I've been following them. I'm feeling better. I'm looking better. I'm feeling better. I've advanced my business. I got a new client, if we're working on business coaching. So that makes me feel significant because they are reaching their goals. That's what lights me up. So if someone's working with me and we're doing health coaching and they're making a health advancement and they tell me, yay, this is awesome, it works, and I'm like, woohoo, let's celebrate. Or if we're doing business coaching and they're like, I tried that thing you told me to do and, my followers increased, or I've got a brand new client, then yes, that's what lights me up. That's what makes me feel the most significant in my life, is someone telling me that what I helped them with, whether it be a small little help or maybe I helped them a lot, but whatever, that they got to their goal or they're advancing to their goal. That lights me up. Same thing in my personal life. If my spouse comes to me and he says, thanks for helping me with this, or thanks for doing this, it really helped, or thanks for showing that to me, it really helped. That makes me feel significant, right? Now, there's other things in my personal life that make me feel significant, and that's between myself and my spouse to have that conversation. But what makes you feel significant in your life? And are you sharing that with people? So share it with us here, but really dial down and learn what is it that lights the fire, that gets you excited, that wants you to celebrate, because that is, if you feel significant, like if somebody could make you feel significant today, you would go out and do amazing things today and tomorrow, and that would just ripple off into every other day. And just imagine what you could do if you could have that feeling. And the best way to light that feeling up is to light it within yourself, but then also know what sparks that and tell other people. Because the more people that know what lights you up inside and gets your fire going and makes you want to go out and do more of what it is that you love to do, the more people that know that, the more people that can start to give that specific thing to you so that you can go out and do all the great things. All right. So that's my daily tip for today. So you've got a Wellness Wednesday tip of finding significance within yourself, knowing what it is that drives it, and tell at least one person. Comment down below if you want to tell all of us, and we'll definitely connect and try to light that fire, because we want you doing more and more for yourself and for other people. All right. So go out, do significant things. And you guys, if you found value in this, please, I have a Facebook group where I share more in-depth information. So if you like what I'm sharing here, then comment down below group and I will get you the link to that. It's a closed group. So I'd love for you to join into there. We've got lots of other stuff that we share in there as well. So if you want in the group, comment down below group. Love it. Go out, have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for popping on later. If I've missed you guys, go back, watch the replay. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.